This bag right here is special because this consists of the ultimate portable multi-monitor setup. I mean, inside this bag, we have 4 screens, 1 computer that runs it, the stand for the monitor, and wireless keyboard and mouse. Don't believe me? Well, let's set it up. Start the timer now. Ready? We've got 4 screens and a wireless keyboard and mouse that is so thin. How is this possible? Well, if you are like me and you love a lot of screen estate, this is a very special setup that perhaps you want to learn more about. Now, I'm super excited that JSAUX actually let me try and check out one of their pre-production models of their FlipGO portable monitors, which I have in here. There's a few different versions that you'll see in a moment we're going to talk about. But even though portable monitors or foldable portable monitors aren't particularly new idea, this one is the one that's perfected it to the best, or as far as I know, or what I've seen online, this is one of the best versions out there, and let me show you why. But before I can show you the monitors, I have to talk about the guy that's actually running the whole monitor system here. This is the Asus Zenbook Duo 2024. We have Intel Core Ultra running and powering this, which is a very power efficient new processor, as well as a very clever design for a laptop that allows you to have dual screens. Sorry, it's a bit reflective as you can see in here. Both of them OLED and touch screens, as well as a very, very slim keyboard and a trackpad. Now you can have a separate portable mouse if you want, something like this. I'm a very big fan of the MX Master 3S, as you can see in here. But this laptop takes portable multi-monitor setup on a whole nother level. And pairing this laptop with this monitor, we get something that you might have not heard about before. So let me disconnect this one cable and then we'll talk about the monitors a little bit. First, I want to talk about the power lead for this monitor because it comes with a 65-watt USB-C charger, which I have plugged in just to give you the extra monitor brightness. When you're on the go, you don't actually have to take the charger with you because just this one USB-C cable, you can connect to the laptop and you get the 4 screens. But there is a little downside, which is a slightly dimmer screen brightness, just because we can't get enough power from the laptop to give it the extra 500 nits that is rated from these screens. So that's why you can have something like an extra little charger, 65 watts, that powers the monitors. And if you do that and connect your laptop to this one USB-C cable, you actually get power delivery as well for your laptop, or power through this, so you can actually charge your laptop at the same time while using the monitors, which keeps the clutter less cables, which is also new. Now these monitors go exactly 180 degrees completely flat, so the hinge design is absolutely awesome, as you can see in here. And they fold up perfect like that, and now you've got another little laptop size portable thing here. Now there are a few different versions available for this. I have the Pro and Touch versions of 16-inch, which you can see in here. There is also 13.5 inches smaller versions available of these. There is a standard version, then standard touch version, and then the Pro version. Now, what is the difference? Standard is just monitors. The touch version is standard with a touchscreen feature, and as you can see, this is a little bit more reflective. You've got like a glass panel surface here on the monitors, which means that it's easier to have touchscreen input and so on. This one here is a Pro version, which basically means that through one cable we can have Ultra View, which is only available on the Pro version, which means that if you have the monitors vertically like that, you can have this dual monitor setup act as a one monitor, and you've got it split between these 2 screens. So if you prefer to have that, the Pro version is for you. I'll show you the magic of mounting this monitor in a minute and why this is called FlipGO, because, you know, it's very, very portable. But before that, let's check out the I/O of the monitor. So on the left side of the dual screen monitor, you can see the one in red is the Pro version, and then the one without the red is the Touch version, which also has the same inputs as standard. So on the standard, we can see 2 HDMI inputs, which are HDMI mini, and If you wanted to, you can have two of these screens act separately. You can have one device sending one to one signal and then the other signal to the other one. So let's say you have Nintendo Switch or something like that and a laptop. You can use these separate screens separately if wanted to. On the Pro version, we do have a HDMI input as well as two USB-C inputs. One of them is a display link USB-C, but both of them support USB-C display output. But if you want to link the displays together, then use the bottom screen for ultra view. So that's why you want to use the bottom USB-C here. And then we have USB 3.2 with video inputs as well on both of these screens. So through one cable, like I showed you, you can have both of these screens show up. And then on the standard or touch version, we have just a USB-C power input. So when you have your power charger, that's where you want to plug this in. On the Pro version, we have a simple button in here, which basically allows you to switch the monitor from ultra view to duo view, which means either separate screens or one screen combined together. When we flip the monitors to the other side, you actually have some extra ports. Both of these monitors, including the 13-inch smaller versions and other versions of the monitors, have little USB hub built in as well. So you have extra two USB Type A ports and a Type C port for your keyboard and mouse or memory cards or other devices that you want to plug in that perhaps you don't have on your laptop, which is extremely useful when you're using Mac or Mac devices and you only have USB-C Thunderbolt ports. Now suddenly perhaps you don't even need a little dongle to carry with you, or even some of the Windows laptops, you get extra ports in here, which is very nice. You've got menu and power button, which is pretty standard. Now, what about mounting the monitor? In the back of the monitor, you can see they've left some stickers on here where you can see where there's two magnets. And if I open this up, you can see there are 4 magnets in the back of the monitor, and there's few things how you can mount this. There is a stand that you can get with these JSAUX FlipGO monitors, which is this one here. And this is pretty simple stand. There's some weight on the bottom here. You can adjust the height of this, and if you come back from your trip or to your desk setup, because I think this is not very portable, you want to leave this on your desk or where you're doing just your office desk. You come back, you can put this monitor on sideways, just like that. Now we have 2 vertical monitors, so perhaps you are a coder or developer or something like that, you want to see a lot of vertical screen estate, you can easily do that. Or have the monitor plugged in this way, voila, and you have different type of vertical or sideways monitor. Perhaps this is more the vertical than horizontal. Well, I guess you can decide which one you want, vertical or horizontal. And as you can see, removing the monitor from the stand is super simple as well. You just basically twist and the monitor comes off. These magnets are very strong and the monitor is not going to go anywhere. There is a few other options. You can also get a magnetic VESA mount like this, which means that if you already have perhaps foldable or arms on your desk that are movable, something like that, you can just get this VESA mount, adjust it and screw it into your monitor mount, and then that's just going to magnetically go and slot into the back of the motherboard. And it's so strong, I'm struggling to get it off now because of the magnets in here. So this is very strong, and it's the same way. You can put them in both ways, either sideways or this way. There's an also option for this, which is basically just a little foldable stand, and this has some other magnets built in. And how this works is you basically unfold it just like that, and then now you have a monitor stand like that, and you can take your monitor, and as you can see, these magnets are gonna line up, and voila, this monitor again is not going to go anywhere, and you have a portable setup where you can have your monitor like that. What I also like about this is the hinges on between these monitors are very strong. So if you don't like the angle of the top monitor, because that one might shine it a little bit too kind of off from your eyes, I want to adjust it slightly more kind of straight onto my face, and then the monitor that's on the bottom here would shine more towards my face. These are very strong to keep the monitor just like that. But I think there is an actual third option that's even better for the portable on-the-go setup, which you saw me use in the beginning, which is this tiny little metal guy here. It folds up so small. There is these tiny little notches up, but that's it. This is very, very light, the lightest of all of the stands. It's made out of aluminium or something similar because it's very, very strong and very light. All you do is just flip this part of it back just like that, and then put it on the floor, on the table like that. And now you just mount your monitor on it like that. Now, perhaps this is not the sturdiest, but your monitor is gonna stay perfectly fine. You might think this is the most flimsiest option. I like this one the most because it's the most portable, the least weight, and as always, you can have it both ways, vertical or horizontal, and it holds the monitor both ways. You can't really break this little stand metal one. This is the nicest one. Now, let's talk about the monitor. Now, why I think this monitor is slightly different than all the other foldable monitors out there is just the features and the design, as well as the bezels. If you look at the bezels between these two screens, they're hardly noticeable. And because they've put the hinges on the side of the monitor, you don't have any gaps or any big space between the two monitors, which makes these monitors kind of seem and kind of go into one. It's basically like a massive foldable, smartphone that you can see out there. Now, these screens are 16:10 aspect ratio, and for creators it's quite interesting as well, because you don't just get very good and nice real estate, you also get 100% sRGB, IPS panel, 60 Hz, and up to 2.5K resolution. So this is 1600 by 2560 pixels, which actually is quite nice as well. Now, is there anything else like this out there? I don't think so. If there is, please let me know in the comment section below, because I'd love to check out. This is the closest one where we have pretty much no bezels between the two screens. As you can see, if I take this here, there's hardly any bezels that you can see there. Only a tiny little bit, which makes it very, very special. And while you can flip the monitor vertically, so when you're coding or doing development or something like that, that's very nice. Or sideways if you just want to have a big screen as well, and you don't really notice that as much as some of the big other monitors that have a big hinge in the model in between the monitors here, and there's a big gap. Oh, and one more thing, I really like the touchscreen feature if you go with a touchscreen model, because now you don't have just 2 touchscreens, which you have on the Zenbook Pro, you have 4, because all of them support touch input. So if you have had any experience on a laptop before, having touchscreens and filling out forms, for example, or doing some other tasks, having a touchscreen will actually make your workflow faster, because you can't go and touch and click on something as fast as you can with a finger. So a touchscreen is faster than a mouse in certain scenarios. So I really like that. Now, all sponsorships aside, do I like this product or not? I think it's very interesting and very awesome. And that's why I actually accepted this, because this paired with the Zenbook Duo, there is nothing else like that out there. You can't get that with any other device. Such a portable multi-monitor setup. So if you're doing a lot of, accounting, research, development, writing at the same time, then something like this could be a lifesaver for you. Or if you're doing some editing, video, photo, just think how you can use this. This is so portable, which is just absolutely amazing. Now, there is one thing that I need to mention to you, which is that this monitor isn't available yet to buy. They have a Kickstarter project available, which has raised quite a lot of money, but take this with a grain of salt, because we've had some bad experiences before, but I think regardless, this is worth checking out. So if you do want to check this one out, go check it out in the video description below, and my full review of the Zenbook Duo to actually learn more about the laptop, why this is so special. So I'd love to know what you think in the comment section below, because I'm very curious if you guys are interested in this, because I think this is absolutely fantastic. And yes, we do have tech notice in different languages.
30シリーズ GPU の一部を実行している場合、または40シリーズと Ryzen。
Now we're using AI to dupe over this. And I know the AI is not perfect, but it gets better and better the more we train it. I've had a few DMs and emails and a few people that have been concerned that someone's stealing my content. Don't you worry, it's me. I'm stealing my own content. I know this is not perfect, and thank you for worrying, but there it is. This is Spanish channel. It actually reached over 1,000 subscribers now, so that's great. Okay, I'm gonna flip and go. See you later.